Chosen one. Listen, everything has stopped for you right now. The noise of the world fades, and heaven itself leans in. This moment is not random. This is divine timing. God's eyes are on you. His voice is reaching through the screen, through the chaos, through the noise, calling your name. You've been running, but deep down, you knew this moment would come, the moment when God says, "Enough running, return to me." You have walked through storms that few could survive. You've carried burdens no one understood. The weight of expectations, disappointments, and unanswered prayers has pressed against your soul. But even when you thought you were forgotten, heaven was working in silence. God was shaping you in the dark so that when the light revealed you, you would not break. You have felt the pull, an unexplainable stirring, a holy restlessness in your chest. That is the Spirit of God awakening you again. There is no coincidence here. This word was sent to intercept your delay, to shake the dust off your faith, to remind you that your life is not over. The clock of destiny is still ticking, and heaven refuses to let you waste another second. The voice of God thundered in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19, "I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live." Do you hear that? Chosen one, the power of choice is before you right now. Life or death, obedience or delay. The world tells you to wait until you feel ready. But God says, "Move before you're ready, and I will make you ready on the way." Every great shift in history began when someone dared to believe that obedience was greater than comfort. You are standing at a divine threshold. Heaven is waiting for your yes. You've been asking for a sign, and this is it. God is saying, "I have called you out of the crowd. I have whispered to you in the night. I have placed my hand upon you. It's time." The things that once broke you are now the proof of your strength. The very tears you cried in secret are becoming the oil of your anointing. This word is not for tomorrow, it's for now. Tomorrow will be too late for the opportunity standing in front of you today. There is something heaven needs you to do, and the delay has cost enough already. You've waited long enough to forgive, long enough to heal, long enough to act. God's message is clear. Move now. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let the opinions of others cage what God has unleashed in you. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you alive, fierce and unstoppable. That power is awakening as you listen. The enemy tried to convince you you're unworthy, but heaven calls you chosen. The very thing that disqualified you in man's eyes has qualified you in God's plan. Right here, right now. Make your stand. If this message ignites something within you, like, share, and comment the number 777 below. It is not superstition, it is an act of prophetic alignment. A sign that says, "I choose life. I choose obedience. I choose now." The moment has come. Heaven has paused. But it will not wait forever. You have heard the call. Don't silence it. Rise. Step forward. Speak your yes. Because when God moves, He doesn't repeat Himself, and tomorrow will be too late. You were never ordinary. From your first breath, something about you disrupted the patterns of the world. You tried to blend in, but heaven never allowed it. Even as a child, you could feel things others ignored. You carried sensitivity, depth, and discernment that made you different. You loved deeply, saw deeply, and suffered deeply. And while others seemed to walk freely through life, your path was narrow, costly, and often lonely. Every rejection you faced was divine redirection. Every closed door, every betrayal, every heartbreak, it wasn't punishment, it was protection. God was carving a path that separated you from the ordinary. You were being trained in hidden places, while others were celebrated in public. You were learning patience, obedience, and endurance lessons that only chosen ones understand. The world told you that being different was a curse, but heaven has always seen it as a crown. The very traits that made you feel misunderstood are the same traits that qualify you for divine assignments. Your ability to sense spiritual shifts, your compassion for the broken, your hunger for truth, all of it has been preparing you to carry light into darkness. There were seasons when you asked, "Why me? Why does it always feel heavier for me than for others?" God's answer is this: because I trusted you with weight others could not bear. The breaking you endured was sacred. It taught you how to pray when no one was listening, how to believe when no sign appeared, how to forgive when bitterness would have been easier. You were not being punished, you were being refined. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you before you were born. I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Let that truth settle in your soul. You were known before you were seen. You were chosen before you were ready. And even when you drifted away, grace followed you. You cannot outrun what heaven has written about you. Every mistake, every detour, every fall, it all becomes part of the testimony that will free others one day. Chosen one. Your difference is not a flaw. It is your fingerprint of destiny. That ache in your heart to make things right. That pain when you see injustice. That deep pull toward helping others. It's divine DNA. You are wired to bring light, even if it costs you comfort. You are built for depth, not for the shallow waters of this world. Those who misunderstood you were never meant to understand you. They could not see the calling that surrounded you. God hid you in plain sight, protected by misunderstanding, shielded by rejection. Every time someone turned away, heaven whispered, "You don't belong there." The pruning was not cruelty, it was preparation. You may not realize it, but every scar on your heart is a mark of survival. You faced storms that would have shattered others, yet you stand. You've walked through seasons of silence, yet you still hear the voice of God. You've lost much, but not your faith, and that makes you dangerous to darkness. Now, you are awakening to the truth of who you are. You were never meant to blend in. You were sent to stand out, to be light in a generation drowning in shadows. The world will not always understand you, but heaven celebrates you. You carry something rare, something divine, something eternal. You were never ordinary, and you never will be. There is a war around you that few can see. It's not a war of flesh and blood, but of spirit and purpose. You have felt it in your chest, the tension between peace and pressure, faith and fear. Some days, you wake up feeling strength that isn't your own. Other days, you feel the weight of unseen resistance pressing against your progress. This is the silent war for your soul, and it has been raging long before you realized you were chosen. When God marks a person for destiny, darkness takes notice. The attacks you faced were never random. The confusion, the sudden losses, the betrayals, these were not coincidences. They were counterstrikes against your awakening. The enemy saw what you carry before you did, and he trembled. He tried to stop you with fear, distraction, and doubt. But what he didn't know is that what God ordains, no opposition can destroy. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19, I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. That authority belongs to you now. It's not a distant promise, it's your inheritance. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. The battle may look fierce, but the outcome was sealed long ago. Every weapon formed against you has already been declared powerless. Every curse spoken against you has already been reversed. Yet the enemy persists because he fears your awakening. He wants you tired, distracted, emotionally numb. He wants you so busy surviving that you forget you were born to reign. But hear this, your awareness of the war changes the war. Once you recognize who you are and whose you are, darkness loses its grip. You are light wrapped in flesh, carrying divine authority. Your prayers shake realms you can't see. Your worship is a weapon that confuses the enemy. Every time you choose faith over fear, heaven moves. Every time you forgive instead of retaliate, the enemy loses ground. You don't have to scream to win battles, you just have to stand in truth. There have been moments when you almost gave up, when you thought the warfare meant God had abandoned you. But no, your warfare is evidence that heaven has trusted you with something valuable. You don't get attacked when you're empty. You get attacked when you're carrying treasure. You are carrying something the kingdom of darkness fears purpose. Look back on the times you nearly broke but didn't. Look at the nights you cried out and still found strength to rise in the morning. That was God's power sustaining you. The battle didn't destroy you because it was never meant to. It was meant to reveal who you really are. Now is the time to take your stand. Stop seeing yourself as a victim and start seeing yourself as a warrior. You are armed with truth, clothed in righteousness, and surrounded by angels who respond to your faith. Heaven fights alongside you. The same God who spoke worlds into being fights for you now. So declare it out loud, and let every shadow hear your voice. Write it as a prophetic act in the comments below. I stand firm. Say it not as a wish, but as a decree. When you write those words, you're aligning yourself with heaven's army. You're declaring that no storm will move you. No lie will define you. No fear will silence you. You're not standing alone. You're standing backed by heaven itself. Remember, the battle is not proof of your weakness. It's confirmation of your calling. You are chosen for this. And though the war is fierce, you were born for victory. There are moments in your life when everything seems to pause, not because God has forgotten you, but because heaven is testing the posture of your heart. You've been waiting, wondering why promises seem delayed, why doors haven't opened, why prayers seem unanswered. You've questioned if you missed something, if somehow you lost your timing. But listen carefully. What feels like delay is often divine preparation. Not every pause is punishment. Some pauses are protection. You see, there is a difference between divine delay and dangerous distraction. The enemy loves to disguise distractions as opportunities. He sends noise disguised as purpose, people disguised as destiny, and shortcuts disguised as favor. These are traps meant to pull your attention away from the voice of God. When you start moving out of impatience instead of obedience, you risk building something beautiful in the wrong season. The Apostle Paul wrote in his letter to the Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Those words are not a cliché, they are a lifeline. Every time you hold your ground, heaven takes notice. Every time you choose patience instead of panic, you grow stronger in the Spirit. God is not slow as people think of slowness. He is precise, strategic, and perfect in timing. The delay you despise may be the very thing saving you from disaster. There are lessons that can only be learned in waiting. Waiting teaches discernment. Waiting tests obedience. Waiting separates those who seek blessings from those who seek the blesser. You are not just being delayed, you are being developed. God is teaching you to trust His silence as much as His voice. Think back to the moments when you rushed ahead of His timing. How did those stories end? How many times did you realize later that if you had waited, what came next would have been better? That's why God sometimes withholds. He loves you too much to let you destroy yourself with what you're not ready to carry. The delay is not denial, it's divine design. The waiting room is not wasted space, it's sacred ground where strength is built. The soil of patience is where deep roots grow. You may not see the fruit yet, but heaven sees the roots spreading wide beneath the surface. The deeper the roots, the higher the future growth. Every chosen one must walk through this tension between promise and fulfillment. Abraham waited for Isaac. Joseph waited in prison. David waited for the crown. Jesus waited 30 years before revealing his mission. Waiting does not mean absence of purpose, it means alignment with divine order. So, instead of asking, "When?" God ask, "What are you shaping in me right now?" That question changes everything. It shifts you from frustration to faith. It reminds you that the process is holy. It's where endurance becomes strength, and trust becomes revelation. Chosen one, God is not withholding your promise, He's perfecting it. The delay is your training ground. What He builds in secret will one day speak in power. And when the moment finally arrives, it will make sense why it couldn't come a day sooner. Keep your eyes fixed. Keep your spirit anchored. Every waiting season ends when its purpose is complete, not when your impatience runs out. Heaven's timing is never late, it's always right on time. When God whispers, move. Not when the world understands, not when you feel ready, but when the still, small voice breathes direction into your spirit. That whisper often comes softly, barely noticeable amidst the noise of life. Yet within it lies the power to alter everything. You may not see where it leads, but obedience opens paths that logic never could. The moments that change destiny rarely arrive with trumpets. They come disguised as gentle nudges, quiet convictions, or the feeling that something sacred is stirring. And yet, how often do we dismiss them, thinking, maybe later, maybe tomorrow. But tomorrow is too late for the seed that was meant to be planted today. We find in the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." That is not merely advice, it's instruction from the Creator Himself. When He whispers, It's not to burden you, but to bless you. His directions are never random. Every divine prompting carries within it a ripple that changes eternity. One step of obedience can heal what years of striving could not. Think about it. How many times has peace come after you obeyed what didn't make sense? How many doors opened only after you let go of what you thought you needed? God's voice is not loud because it doesn't compete. It leads. He doesn't demand attention, he draws it. When he whispers to forgive, it's not to make you weak, it's to make you free. When he whispers to wait, it's not to punish, it's to protect. When he whispers to go, it's because the soil ahead is ready for the seed you carry. Heaven's whispers are rarely convenient, but they are always correct. Chosen one. This is the secret rhythm of walking with God, listening before understanding, obeying before seeing. It's like stepping into a river you cannot fully measure, trusting that the current knows its course. Those who live by that rhythm move in grace that others call luck, in timing that others call coincidence. But it is neither, it is divine orchestration. So when you hear that whisper again, follow it. Don't overthink it. Don't measure the distance or the risk. Simply take the step. Each small act of obedience paints a stroke in the masterpiece God is creating through your life. And as you feel this truth sinking deep into your spirit, if something within you stirs, if you sense that holy pull to move closer to the light, then let your heart respond in quiet agreement. You know how. You've done it before. Maybe it looks like extending a hand. Maybe it looks like sharing a word. Maybe it looks like reaching for connection. Let your obedience flow as naturally as breathing. If this message touches something within you, let your simple act, your quiet click to like, your gentle choice to share, your soft decision to subscribe become like a candle lifted in the dark. You're not performing, you're planting light. You're saying, "Yes, Lord, I hear your whisper." Every act of obedience, no matter how small, glows like fire in heaven's night sky. And somewhere, an angel smiles because your yes just lit another corner of eternity. And when you do, the heavens lean closer. The ripple of your quiet obedience moves through unseen realms, unlocking blessings you cannot yet imagine. One whispered, "Yes, today" will echo through forever, reshaping your tomorrow with divine light and unstoppable grace. There comes a moment when heaven draws a line, when grace stands still and calls you to choose. You are standing at the edge of something holy, something eternal. The air around you feels different because you are standing on sacred ground. This is the threshold of no return. You have felt the pull for some time now, the quiet conviction, the inner voice urging you to stop running, to surrender before time runs out. The world tells you there will always be another chance, but the Spirit says, "Now, tomorrow is not guaranteed," and the longer you delay, the heavier the silence becomes. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 95, verse 7 and 8. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts. Those words are not just poetry, they are a divine alarm clock. Each time God speaks and you ignore it, your heart grows quieter to his sound. Each act of delay builds a wall between destiny and disobedience. But even now, mercy stands with open arms. Grace is still calling your name. The enemy wants you to believe that you have time, that you can wait until it feels convenient. But this lie has stolen years from countless souls. He knows that if he can keep you waiting, he can keep you bound. Delay is one of his sharpest weapons. It disguises rebellion as reflection. Chosen one, heaven has been patient, but patience has purpose, and purpose has limits. The Spirit is whispering to you the window is still open, but not for long. You can sense it deep within. That stirring, that urgency, that divine unease, it's heaven asking for your full surrender. You've walked too close to the edge to turn back now. The very reason you've survived what others didn't is because your name is written in heaven's assignment. God didn't let you perish in your lowest moment because he planned to use your story for his glory. But to do that, you must cross this threshold. No more half surrender. No more divided heart. You stand between the life you know and the life you were created for. The unknown may seem frightening, but staying where you are is far more dangerous. You were never meant to live half awake. You were meant to burn with purpose, to live in full obedience, to walk with the fire of heaven inside you. This is not condemnation, it's invitation. It's the sound of mercy knocking one more time before the door closes. The same hands that shaped the stars are reaching for you. The same voice that called Lazarus from the tomb is calling you out of delay. So here is your moment of response. Heaven doesn't ask for performance, only sincerity. If this message stirs something in your heart, if you feel that trembling inside that says, "This is me," then let your spirit agree. Comment the number 444 below as a prophetic sign. It represents divine order, stability, and alignment with heaven's timing. Write it not out of pressure, but as a sacred declaration. I choose now. I cross the threshold. Heaven will see it and move. When you write 444, you're not typing numbers, you're building an altar in the digital dust. It's your quiet yes, your surrender glowing softly where heaven and earth meet. Every 444 becomes a seed in eternity's soil, planted by trembling hands but watered by divine fire. It says, "Lord, align my steps with your perfect rhythm now." You've carried so much for so long that you've almost forgotten what it feels like to breathe freely. The weight on your shoulders has become familiar disappointment, responsibility, and the ache of silent endurance. You move through each day with strength others admire, but few understand the cost. People see your resilience. God sees your scars. You have smiled when you wanted to cry. You have encouraged others while your own heart was breaking. You've kept showing up, even when your spirit was exhausted. And though you've wondered if heaven has noticed your quiet suffering, the truth is, it has. Every tear that slipped down your face was seen. Every prayer whispered through trembling lips was heard. According to what is revealed in the book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 3, he will give them a crown of beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, and a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. This is not the end of your story. The ashes you've been sitting in are about to become the soil for new beginnings. You've been walking through a sacred refining, and it wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to prepare you. The crushing was necessary because only what's crushed releases fragrance. You have been pressed. But what's inside you, the oil of purpose, can only be produced under pressure. Every sleepless night trained your endurance. Every heartbreak deepened your compassion. Every closed door built your discernment. You may not have realized it, but heaven was sculpting something eternal within you. God never wastes pain. He transforms it. Sometimes, the heaviest weights are the ones that shape destiny. You've been carrying things that didn't belong to you, burdens of others, expectations of family, guilt that grace already covered. But the Spirit whispers now, lay it down. You are not meant to carry what the cross has already lifted. You are stronger than you think, not because you never broke, but because you kept rising after each fall. The strength within you isn't human, it's divine. When you thought you couldn't keep going, heaven was breathing through you. The reason you didn't collapse beneath the pressure is because you were never standing alone. There's something sacred in your survival. The enemy hoped to bury you, but didn't realize you were a seed. Every time you were pushed into the ground, you grew deeper roots. Now, something is shifting. The same ground that once held you captive will soon become the stage for your resurrection. Chosen one. God is not ignoring your pain, He is collecting it. Every sorrow is being transformed into strategy. The crushing has purpose, the breaking has meaning. You were never abandoned in the storm, you were being anointed by it. The oil produced from this season will heal others. So, breathe. Release the need to understand everything. You don't have to carry the whole world anymore. What you lost will not compare to what's coming. The weight you've been carrying was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal your strength. And soon, the same people who saw you wounded will witness your restoration. They'll ask how you endured, and you'll smile, because you'll know it wasn't you, it was God all along. You will rise lighter, your steps guided by unseen hands. The ashes once covering you will shimmer like gold dust, proof that suffering never wins when heaven writes the ending. And when you finally exhale, the weight will lift. Joy will return quietly, like morning light slipping through cracked blinds, gentle, certain, unstoppable, reminding you that beauty always follows breaking. You have no idea how terrifying your light is to darkness. Every time you enter a room, the unseen trembles. The reason you've been attacked so fiercely is because your very existence disrupts hell's agenda. You carry within you something that cannot be replicated or replaced, a divine light forged through suffering, refined through silence, and awakened through revelation. You may not always feel powerful, but that's because light rarely feels its own brilliance. It simply shines, even in your weakest moments. You've been radiating truth without realizing it. Every time you refused to retaliate, every time you forgave when you could have fought back, every time you chose faith over bitterness, the light inside you grew brighter. Heaven has been using your life as a lantern in a world stumbling through shadow. You've been a mirror reflecting grace into places where hope had died. What others called weakness, God calls weaponry. You carry peace that confuses chaos, love that disarms hatred, and endurance that silences doubt. The ancient words recorded in the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 5, declare, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." That light is you. The darkness has tried again and again to smother your flame, but every attempt only made it burn fiercer. The betrayals you endured, they purified your compassion. The losses you faced, they deepened your wisdom. Every strike of pain became flint against the steel of your soul, sparking brilliance where despair once lived. But with light comes responsibility. You cannot walk where others walk, or speak as others speak, because your words carry weight. The energy around you shifts atmospheres. You are not called to blend in, you are designed to expose what hides in shadow. When you walk into dark places, conviction follows. When you speak truth, deception trembles. And that's why the warfare around you has been relentless. It's not personal, it's positional. The enemy attacks what he fears. He knows that if you ever fully realize the authority you carry, his influence over those around you will crumble. So he tries to distract you, to make you doubt yourself, to convince you that you are too broken to shine. But the cracks in your soul are where God's light escapes most beautifully. You don't need a pulpit or a platform. Your presence is ministry. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every silent prayer carries heavenly voltage. You are not small, and you are not powerless. Even your quiet obedience shifts destinies. But remember, light must be guarded. Protect your peace as you would a flame in the wind. Not everyone deserves access to your spirit. Some are drawn to your glow but cannot handle its truth. Learn to discern who is meant to walk beside you and who only seeks your warmth. Chosen one, you carry the radiance of heaven itself. Your light terrifies darkness because it reveals what it hides. Never apologize for being bright. Never dim yourself to make others comfortable. Your glow is not arrogance, it's evidence. Evidence that you've survived what tried to destroy you. Evidence that God still walks with you. And as long as you keep shining, no darkness can win. Your very being declares war on despair. You are light in human form, and your glow will lead others home. So, shine, even when unseen. Shine, when misunderstood. Shine, when weary. For every flicker of your faith becomes a signal fire in the night, guiding lost hearts back toward the arms of God. There is a peculiar loneliness that follows the chosen ones, an ache that doesn't come from isolation, but from divine separation. You've often wondered why people misunderstand you, why love feels fleeting, why companionship seems distant. But what you didn't know is that heaven designed this loneliness to crown you, not crush you. You carry something that cannot fit in crowded places. You walk with a call too sacred to be diluted by the wrong company. The misunderstandings, the silence, the distance, they were never rejection. They were redirection. God removed certain voices so you could finally hear His. As the Apostle Paul wrote in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 17, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." You've been walking through what felt like abandonment, but heaven calls it refinement. Every person who walked away was a pruning, not a punishment. The conversations that ended abruptly, the friendships that faded without closure, they were heaven's way of cutting away what couldn't go where you're going. You may not see it now, but the silence has been holy. The rejection that once felt like death has been birthing resurrection inside you. You were never meant to fit where God was about to elevate you. The pain of separation is the price of ascension. Those who laughed at your dreams will one day watch them unfold. Those who doubted your anointing will witness its fire. The very loneliness you cursed is the reason your discernment grew sharp. The nights you cried in confusion were classrooms where heaven taught you to recognize truth. You are learning that divine favor often comes wrapped in divine isolation. When God crowns a soul, He does so in the secret place. He anoints heads that are bowed low, not standing in the crowd. You've been set apart because the oil on your life is rare. Chosen one. You were never forgotten. You were being hidden for an appointed time, like David tending sheep while kings were crowned, like Esther waiting in silence before her revealing. Your hidden season has purpose. It's protecting your purity before exposure. There is coming a moment when everything that broke you will make sense. The crown you carry isn't forged in applause, it's formed in solitude. The silence that once suffocated you will soon sing back to you in glory. And now, it's your turn to declare it, to mark this moment as the end of confusion and the beginning of clarity. Comment, "I rise alone." Write it as a holy declaration, not of pride, but of purpose. Those 3 words are a promise between you and heaven that even if you walk alone, you will walk with God. It means you no longer fear separation, for you have found sanctuary in divine company. You are not broken by being misunderstood. You are crowned by it. Your crown of isolation is being exchanged for a crown of influence. And the same silence that once crushed you will soon echo with victory. When you write, "I rise alone," you are not declaring isolation, you are declaring elevation. It means your worth no longer depends on who stays, but on who called you. Each word becomes armor around your heart, proof that solitude has become your sanctuary. You are no longer waiting to be understood, you are learning to walk with the unseen. Heaven sees your declaration. Every "I rise alone" echoes as a vow of strength, courage, and surrender. It tells the universe, "I walk with purpose, and I am never truly alone." There comes a sacred hour in every chosen one's life, a moment when heaven draws a dividing line between what was and what will be. This is that hour. You can feel it, can't you? The quiet tension between comfort and calling, between staying where it's safe and stepping where faith leads. You've been standing at the edge of destiny, and God is whispering, "Decide now which kingdom you belong to." The world calls this transition a phase, but heaven calls it separation. You are being pulled out of the crowd, not to isolate you, but to identify you. The shaking around you is not destruction, it's divine rearrangement. What no longer aligns with your calling is being shaken loose. The prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. "How long will you waver between 2 opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him, but if Baal is God, follow him." This is not a threat, it's a loving invitation. You cannot build in 2 kingdoms or walk on 2 roads. Half obedience is still disobedience. But when you finally choose light fully, heaven rushes to stand beside you. Think of it like a tree in autumn. The leaves you once loved, relationships, habits, versions of yourself begin to fall away. The wind that once frightened you is not your enemy. It's carrying away what no longer serves your roots. You are not losing, you are clearing space for spring. This separation may ache. Let it. Growth always aches before it blooms. The soil of destiny demands pruning, not to punish but to prepare. God is not taking things from you. He's making room for what's greater. You are being called to live differently, to guard your peace like a rare jewel, to choose purity when the world chooses popularity, to walk in truth even when it costs applause. You are not here to be accepted, you are here to be effective. Chosen one. This is the hour of decision, not the loud, dramatic decision of shouting yes, but the quiet, consistent one of living it. It's in the choices you make, when no one's watching, the forgiveness you give, the love you extend, the truth you speak when it would be easier to stay silent. And if your spirit feels that stirring now, if something inside you whispers, "I'm ready to walk with God fully," then let your heart respond freely. No pressure, no command, only the invitation of grace. If you feel this message touching your soul, let your gesture, a gentle like, a thoughtful share, a quiet subscribe, become like a candle placed on the altar of your yes. You're not performing, you're offering. Every soft click, every small act is a seed planted in the soil of eternity. It's your way of saying, "I choose the light," like petals opening under sunlight. Your choice will release fragrance unseen but deeply felt. When you lift your finger to respond, imagine it as lifting a lantern in the dark, a light that might guide someone else home. Because obedience, even digital, becomes sacred when the heart behind it is pure. Heaven watches not for perfection, but for willingness. And right now, your willingness is shining brighter than the stars that bear witness to this moment. So choose light, choose truth, choose to let your spirit move freely. Like a dove released from a cage, the separation you fear is simply heaven calling you higher. There are seasons when the heat feels unbearable, when everything familiar begins to melt away, and you wonder if you've done something wrong. You pray, you wait, and still the fire grows hotter. But this is not punishment, this is refinement. You are in the forge of divine purpose, where gold is tested and shaped. Refinement is heaven's way of preparing you for weight. The greater the calling, the hotter the fire. What looks like destruction is actually purification. You are not being burned, you are being refined. Every flame that touches you has been measured by God's own hand. As was spoken in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 3, "He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. He will purify the Levites and refine them like gold and silver." Think about that image, God sitting beside the furnace, eyes fixed on you, never looking away. A silversmith knows the silver is ready when he can see his reflection in it. That's what God is doing with you. The heat stays until his image is visible in your character, your patience, your heart. You've asked why it hurts so much, why people you trusted walked away, why opportunities crumbled. It's because anything that cannot survive the fire was never meant to follow you into your next season. Some things were too fragile for your destiny. Some people were never meant to handle your glow. Fire reveals what is real. It strips away false motives, pride, fear, and dependency on others' approval. It burns away illusions until only truth remains. When the fire is finished, what's left is unshakable. The pain you're feeling now is simply the sound of impurities leaving your soul. This season of heat is not endless, it's purposeful. You will not live in the furnace forever. There will come a moment when the flames begin to soften, when the air feels cool again, and you'll realize that something inside you has changed. You'll speak with gentleness where you once reacted with anger. You'll stand firm where you once wavered. You'll forgive easily where bitterness used to grow. The refinement has been hard because God is preparing you to carry glory. And glory cannot rest on what's unstable. The vessel must be strong enough to hold it. You are that vessel. And this fire is sealing every crack, strengthening every weak place. You may not recognize yourself when it's over, and that's the point. You are being transformed into a reflection of heaven's strength. When others look at you, they will see peace that defies logic, wisdom that came from wounds, and love that cost you everything but gave you more in return. Chosen one, do not despise the fire. It is not your enemy, it is your teacher. It has burned away your need for validation, your fear of loss, your dependence on things that cannot last. You are learning to stand with nothing but God and still call it enough. Every ember that touches you has purpose. Every tear that falls in the heat becomes holy water for someone else's healing. You are not just enduring, you are being prepared to lead, to speak, to carry light that no storm can extinguish. When this season ends, and it will, you'll look back and see that the fire never destroyed you. It revealed you. And when you emerge, the glow upon you will be unmistakable, soft, steady, unbreakable. The fire that once surrounded you will now shine from within, proof that you were never consumed, only transformed. There is a moment when silence breaks, and your own voice becomes the weapon heaven placed in your hands. You have spent years speaking life into others, praying for their healing, declaring their peace. But now God says, it's time to use that same voice for yourself. Words hold power. Every promise spoken in faith reshapes the unseen. You've forgotten how much authority your tongue carries because you've used it mostly to survive, not to command. But the season of whispering prayers in hiding has ended. This is the hour to speak loudly, boldly, and with faith that pierces the atmosphere. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 11, verse 23, "Truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Be lifted up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt in their heart but believes, it will be done for them." This is not a metaphor, it is law. Heaven responds to faith-filled sound. The same voice that sighs in exhaustion can roar in authority. The same mouth that has known sorrow can now shape victory. The words you release carry weight because they are anchored in survival, in testimony, in truth. You've been through enough to know that silence sometimes becomes agreement with despair. That's why the Spirit is stirring you now to speak, to decree, to remind darkness who you belong to. Your voice carries the vibration of heaven. It shakes walls. It unlocks chains. It opens doors you thought were sealed forever. Every time you declare peace, storms begin to settle. Every time you speak healing, the invisible realm begins to move. You are no longer just praying, you are legislating. The heavens respond when you speak alignment over chaos. But your voice must agree with what heaven already says about you. Speak no more words of defeat. No more phrases soaked in fear. Let your declarations mirror divine truth. I am chosen. I am covered. I am called. Chosen one. Your voice was never meant to echo despair. It was meant to release destiny. You are the mouthpiece of heaven in human form, the sound of victory wrapped in flesh. And right now, as you read these words, the atmosphere around you is listening. Do you feel that stirring, that holy trembling inside your chest? That's heaven waiting for your agreement. There is something sacred about speaking faith when fear is loud. It tells the world that your trust is greater than your trembling. So, take a breath, steady your spirit, and speak your alignment. Comment the number 555 below as a declaration that your voice is now fully surrendered to divine purpose. 5 is the number of grace. And 555 means grace multiplied, grace overflowing, grace unstoppable. When you write 555, you are declaring, my voice will no longer echo fear, it will echo faith. My mouth will shape miracles. Let your comment be more than text, let it be a trumpet. Heaven will hear it, and the very mountains you once feared will begin to move. When you write 555, you are not typing numbers, you are breathing life into the unseen. Each digit becomes a flame of grace, a soundless roar that tells the universe, my voice belongs to heaven, and I speak with divine authority. Every 555 ripples through eternity like thunder, softened by mercy. It's your vow that your words will heal, not harm, build, not break, and that your tongue will forever echo the heartbeat of God's unshakable grace and truth. No sacrifice, no power. That is the law of the Spirit that every chosen one must eventually understand. You have asked for more presence, more clarity, more anointing. But heaven never pours oil into unbroken vessels. The breaking is sacred. It's not punishment. It's the preparation of a heart that can carry holy weight without collapsing. You've been walking through a quiet dying, haven't you? The kind that doesn't announce itself in tears, but in surrender, when you finally stop fighting the path and whisper, Lord, have your way. That whisper is where power begins. The throne of heaven does not rest on crowns of pride, but on altars of surrender. The Word of God declares in the Gospel of John, chapter 12, verse 24, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it bears much fruit. Those words are the blueprint of your current season, the falling, the burial. The silence, it's not the end, it's incubation. The seed buried in darkness does not mourn, it waits. The soil may look like a grave, but it's actually a womb. You have felt buried, unseen, forgotten, but heaven calls it planting. What looks like loss to men is investment to God. He never wastes what he breaks. The pieces he collects become the raw material of miracles. Sacrifice has a fragrance, and God never ignores it. When you gave up your pride instead of defending yourself, he saw it. When you forgave the unforgivable, heaven recorded it. When you chose obedience instead of comfort, angels took note. Every hidden yes is oil accumulating in heaven's storehouse, waiting for the day it will pour. You are learning that true power does not shout, it bleeds quietly. The cross did not roar, it whispered, "It is finished." And from that whisper, history shifted. In the same way, your surrender may look small, invisible even, but it will echo through generations. There's a moment in every chosen one's journey when God asks, "Will you trust me enough to lose what you love, so I can give you what will last?" It is not an easy question, but it is the door to divine authority. Every prophet, every apostle, every warrior of faith walked through it, and now it stands before you. You cannot carry resurrection power while clinging to what needs to die. The altar must burn before the fire descends. But oh, the beauty that follows: surrender the peace that silences chaos, the strength that doesn't come from striving, the authority that doesn't need to prove itself. Chosen one, this is your refining altar. You are not being emptied for punishment, you are being cleared for power. The things you've lost are not wasted, they are offerings. The ashes on your hands are proof that you have touched holy fire and lived. So breathe. Let the letting go become worship. Let the surrender become song. You are not losing, you are trading temporary weight for eternal glory. And soon, you'll see everything God asked you to lay down was only making space for the greater thing He was about to give. When the smoke of surrender rises, heaven always responds. From your ashes, new authority will bloom. You'll speak, and mountains will listen, because your words will carry the weight of sacrifice. And when glory descends, it won't crush you, it will fit you. For what once broke you has now built you into the vessel strong enough to carry divine fire. Mercy still speaks your name, even after the storms, even after the silence, even after all the moments when you thought you had wandered too far. Grace still calls out. Unashamed, unafraid, heaven has not withdrawn its affection. The door is still open, the light still spilling through the cracks, whispering, "Come home." You see, mercy is not weakness, it's warfare. It fights for you when you've stopped fighting for yourself. It stands between you and the consequences that should have swallowed you whole. Mercy blocks the arrows you never saw coming, silences the accusations you believed were true, and writes your name in light when the world tried to erase it. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 31, verse 3. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Those words have no expiration date. They are not erased by your mistakes or weakened by your doubts. You can't out-sin a love that existed before time began. That's what you've been feeling lately, that gentle pull on your spirit, that ache in your chest, that soft voice reminding you that it's not too late. That's mercy calling you back. You may think you've broken something beyond repair, but mercy specializes in resurrection. The same voice that called Lazarus out of his tomb is calling your name now. Come forth. It says, rise again. Mercy doesn't care about the stench of the grave or the dirt of the fall. It only cares about getting you out alive. Every scar, every failure, every shattered piece, God is gathering them all. Nothing you've lived through will be wasted. The pain you thought disqualified, you will become the proof of His patience. Mercy is rewriting your story, not by erasing the chapters, but by revealing their meaning. You've run long enough. You've hidden behind busyness, behind logic, behind guilt, but mercy has been tracing your footsteps. It found you here for a reason. This isn't coincidence, it's divine pursuit. Heaven has paused to tell you that the distance between your shame and His embrace is only one step, one whisper of surrender, one glance upward. When God's love finds you, it doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for permission. Will you let it in again? Will you allow the light to touch what you've tried to bury? Because even now, mercy stands at your threshold, waiting not to judge, but to heal. There's beauty in being found again. Mercy doesn't shame the lost, it celebrates them. Heaven throws a feast, not a trial. You don't have to earn your way back, you just have to open your heart. The hands that once shaped galaxies are still reaching for you. Chosen one. This is the secret that keeps you alive. Mercy never runs out. It never runs dry. It never stops looking for the ones marked by purpose. You could spend years in the far country, and still, the Father would run to meet you the moment you turn. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are simply unfinished. Mercy still speaks your name, softly but steadily, like a heartbeat that refuses to fade. And as long as it speaks, there is still time, still hope, still a home waiting for your return. When mercy calls, even silence listens. The same love that chased you through darkness now crowns you with light, whispering, "You are still mine. You were never lost, only learning to be found." And as grace wraps around you, the past loses its voice. Every broken echo fades, replaced by the sound of belonging steady, sacred, eternal. Mercy still speaks, and it speaks you. Midnight is holy. It is the hour when heaven measures hearts, when silence weighs more than sound, and obedience becomes the language that angels understand. Midnight is not just a time, it is a threshold between what was and what will be. You stand there now, in that sacred in-between, where shadows and light wrestle for your next decision. At this prophetic midnight, heaven is separating pretenders from the true ones, wanderers from warriors. It's the moment when borrowed faith can no longer carry you. Only real surrender can. God is not testing you to break you. He is refining you to reveal who you've always been, beneath the noise. The Word of God declares in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 6, "At midnight the cry rang out, 'Here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him.' That cry still echoes through the ages. It calls you not to panic, but to prepare. The oil in your lamp must be your own now, drawn from personal encounters, private prayers, and unshakable trust. The days of following light borrowed from others are over. This is the hour when your flame must speak for itself. You may feel the pressure of this moment. The air feels heavy, charged, expectant. That's because heaven has begun to separate what cannot stand the weight of glory. The distractions, the compromises, the noise, they are falling away like chaff in the wind. You are being purified by purpose, not punished by delay. At midnight, decisions echo louder. Every yes becomes an opening, every hesitation a closing. You are not just making a choice, you are shaping your tomorrow. The spiritual ground beneath you is fertile right now, softened by tears, tilled by endurance, watered by faith. What you plant in this hour will determine what blooms in the dawn. So, listen closely. You are not alone in this silence. The same spirit that hovered over chaos in Genesis is hovering over you now, waiting for your whisper of agreement. Heaven doesn't need volume, it needs sincerity. And when your heart begins to stir, when something inside says, "I'm ready to rise, I'm ready to walk in light," let that feeling become an act of beauty, not obligation. If this message reaches the hidden part of you, let your response, your soft, like, your quiet share, your heartfelt comment, your gentle subscribe, be like lanterns released into a dark river, drifting upward toward the stars. You are not doing it for numbers, you are releasing light. Each small gesture is a flame that says, "I am awake. I choose the dawn." You never know who might see its glow and find their way home. Think of it as setting candles along a path, the path you once stumbled through alone. Now, by choosing to shine, you mark the road for others who are still wandering. Your response becomes a kind of worship, a soft amen whispered through the digital air. when heaven watches. It doesn't count gestures, it counts sincerity. Every quiet motion made in love becomes a spark in eternity's night sky. Your little act of faith joins thousands of others, weaving a constellation of obedience that lights the world. So let your answer rise like incense, silent, fragrant, free. Midnight has come, but dawn is near. The cry has been heard. The light is yours to carry now, and as your light rises with others, heaven will see rivers of flame weaving through the dark. Each glow a soul awakened, each spark a story redeemed together, becoming dawn before the world even knows morning has begun. There is a sound rising in the unseen realm, the quiet rustle of wings, the movement of angels repositioning themselves around you. Something is shifting. You can sense it in the air, in the rhythm of your spirit. The pressure that once felt like suffocation is turning into momentum. This is not the end of your battle. This is the beginning of your reign. You are rising now, torchbearer of glory. Every trial you've endured has been forging your fire. Every dark valley has been oil feeding your flame. You are no longer walking as the one who merely survives. You are stepping forward as the one who carries light. The anointing upon you has matured. You've learned what to let go of and what to guard with your life. Now heaven can trust you with influence that does not corrupt and power that does not boast. The Apostle Paul wrote in his second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 7, "But we have this treasure in jars of clay, to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us." That verse is the melody of your journey. You've been cracked and chipped, yet somehow still shining. The treasure within you has never been diminished by the fragility of your humanity. It has been revealed by it. You are the living paradox of heaven's strength inside earthly weakness. Do you realize how heaven sees you now? A flame that refuses to die. A vessel that kept believing when belief itself was costly. Your endurance has become a declaration, your faith a weapon. What was once pain has become permission for you to speak with authority, to heal, to restore, to declare. This rising isn't about status or recognition, it's about responsibility. The light within you carries assignment. You are called to walk into rooms where despair reigns and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. You are called to comfort the broken without needing to be seen. You are called to ignite others by living fully lit. Your story has become a torch. Every scar now burns with purpose, illuminating the way for those still trapped in darkness. You no longer need validation, because you've seen the face of faithfulness. You know that every closed door was a gate disguised, every ending a beginning rewritten by divine hands. The angels that once shielded you in battle now stand behind you as sentinels, awaiting command. Your prayers, once cries for survival, now sound like decrees. Heaven recognizes your voice because you've spoken through fire. Your words now carry the scent of experience, smoke, and sanctity intertwined. Rise, torchbearer. The night was long, but the dawn has bowed to your persistence. The very shadows that tried to bury you now serve as your backdrop, making your light impossible to ignore. The darkness cannot comprehend you, because you are not simply shining, you are burning with divine intention. This is the hour when heaven begins to move at your agreement. What you bind will tremble, what you bless will flourish. Angels have taken their posts because your alignment with heaven gives them authority to act. You are not merely a servant, you are a commander under divine commission. Still, remember this: light without humility becomes lightning beautiful for a moment, destructive if uncontrolled. Guard your fire, tend to it daily. Let compassion be your flame's direction and love its temperature. You are rising not to rule, but to serve from a place of radiance. And as you walk forward, the earth will feel the warmth of your obedience. Lives will ignite. Hope will catch fire. The torch has passed from heaven to your hands now. Chosen one, carry it well. The heavens are still tonight. As if all creation is holding its breath, you stand at the summit of everything you've survived. The storms, the silences, the stretching. The ground beneath you feels familiar, yet different. It's the same earth you once crawled across in pain, but now it feels lighter, almost sacred. You are no longer the one who fought to survive. You are the one who lives to reign. This is the moment heaven has been preparing you for. The refining, the breaking, the waiting, all of it led here. You've learned that faith is not about noise, it's about stillness that cannot be shaken. The trials did not destroy you, they revealed the royalty buried beneath the rubble. You've walked through fire, and now you carry flame. It is written in the Revelation of John, chapter 3, verse 11, "Hold fast what you have, that no one may take your crown." That is heaven's whisper to you now: hold fast. You are standing in the hour of fulfillment. The promises you once whispered in darkness are now rising like dawn on the horizon of your destiny. But this crown, it is not a trophy. It is responsibility wrapped in glory. It is the weight of divine trust placed upon your head. You've been prepared not to parade the crown, but to protect it. For this crown is not made of gold or jewels, it's woven from endurance, humility, and truth. Every strand of light in it is forged from your obedience when no one was watching. Each sparkle is the memory of a yes whispered through tears. You've been called not to wear it for display, but to walk with it in grace. The crown is heavy because it was made to anchor you, not inflate you, to remind you that the higher you rise, the lower your heart must bow. And now, look at what you've become. You were once the wounded one, now you are the healer. You were once the seeker, now you are the signal fire for those still wandering. The crown marks you not as finished, but as faithful. It is the seal of your survival, the visible sign of invisible strength. The path ahead is not without battle, but you no longer fear the fight. You've seen the face of fire and found God inside it. You've walked through storms that should have silenced you, yet you sing louder than ever. This is the paradox of the chosen, broken, yet whole, tired, yet unstoppable, crowned, yet still kneeling. Chosen one. Heaven is not applauding your perfection, it is celebrating your perseverance. You kept walking when no path appeared. You kept believing when prayers went unanswered. You kept loving when it would have been easier to harden your heart. And now, heaven places a crown upon the ashes and calls you radiant. So breathe. The journey does not end here, it expands. The same God who walked with you in sorrow now walks beside you in splendor. You are the living testimony that grace can grow in any ground, that mercy can resurrect anything it touches. Your crown will not glimmer in the world's light, it will shine in the unseen, where truth dwells and eternity watches. And as you move forward, Others will see its reflection not above your head, but in the way you speak, forgive, and love. For this is the secret of the chosen: the crown is not worn, it is lived. And now, the story closes not with silence, but with a heartbeat. The heavens have spoken, the earth has listened, and your soul stands awakened. You, chosen one, are no longer searching for purpose. You are walking in it. You have faced the midnight and found the morning. You have walked through fire and come out carrying flame. What you've heard through these words was never just a message, it was a mirror, a reminder of who you've always been, light wrapped in skin, eternity breathing through humanity. You were not called to hide, you were called to shine. As Jesus himself said in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 16, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." Let that light be your offering. Let it move through your kindness, your courage, your love that refuses to fade. And if your heart feels stirred as if something inside you is rising, burning, alive, then let it answer in a way that feels sacred, not forced. If these words have reached you, let your gesture a quiet like, a heartfelt share, a simple comment, or a gentle subscribe become your flame on the altar of connection. You are not just interacting with a post, you are helping light reach another soul still wandering in the dark. Each action is a spark. Each spark becomes a chain of fire across the world, invisible yet unstoppable. So, let your yes be soft but certain. Let your heart respond freely. And as you go, may your life continue the message you've just lived, through these words radiant, fearless, full of grace. Because once you awaken as the chosen, you can never return to ordinary light again.